Welcome back, everyone. So today we're going to look at what happens after a policy is designed and approved and how it actually gets put into practice and how we determine if it's working or not. So this stage is where the political promises meet real-world performance. We're going to explore two key phases: implementation, which is where policies become programs, and evaluation, where we assess whether those programs achieve their intended results. What is policy implementation? Implementation is the process of putting government decisions into effect. This is where the ideas and legislation are translated into actual actions, services, and regulations that affect people's lives. Implementation involves coordination across multiple agencies and levels of government, often requiring teamwork among local, state, and federal bodies, and even private or nonprofit partners. In other words, it's a bridge between policymaking and results. Elements of implementation. Successful implementation depends on several important elements. First, there must be a clear policy goal and measurable objectives so everyone understands what success looks like. Second, agencies need adequate resources, such as funding, staff, legal authority to carry out the plan. Third, coordination and communication are essential, especially when different organizations are responsible for different parts of the policy. And finally, administrative capacity and leadership commitment make all the difference. Even if a good policy can fail if the people implementing it are trained or motivated. Implementation rarely goes perfectly. Sometimes the goals are ambiguous or conflicting, which leave agencies unsure what to prioritize. There can be bureaucratic resistance. People within the system may resist change or lack the proper training to carry it out. Also, political turnover can shift priorities midstream, leaving problems half finished. And limited resources or competition between agencies can slow progress. Understanding these challenges helps us see why even well-intended policies sometimes fall short. Policy evaluation. Once implementation is underway, we move to policy evaluation, which is the systemic assessment of a policy's design, execution, and outcomes. Evaluation helps us understand key questions. For one, did the policy achieve its goals? Why or why not? What can we learn from the results? Evaluation provides both accountability, showing whether public funds are used effectively, and learning for future policymaking. Several major types of evaluations, each serving a different purpose. Process evaluation examines how implementation occurred, where procedures followed as planned. Impact evaluation looks at what effects the policy actually produced. Then there's the cost-benefit analysis, which weighs whether the results justify the financial investment. We also must distinguish between formative evaluation, which happens during implementation to make improvements in real time, and summative evaluation, which occurs after implementation to judge overall success or failure. Implementation and evaluation matter. These stages matter because they determine whether public policy actually delivers results for citizens. Implementation turns policy ideas into real-world change, while evaluation helps us identify both successes and failures so future efforts can improve. Together, they ensure accountability, transparency, and effective governance. Ultimately, good implementation and honest evaluation make democracy work better. They show that public decisions are producing real benefits for the people they serve.